and welcome to the Homemade Podcast Sports. This is your host, Jay Pops. And welcome back to the Homemade Podcast of Sports with your host, Jay Pops. Guys, today's date is Wednesday, February 24th, 2021. Is a beautiful and great day in the city of Houston, Texas. Yes, we all have our lights back on now. Of course, the heating system is really in a time where we don't need it anymore right now. But how can we complain, right? We're back up and running. The city is looking good. The sun is out, all in the sky out here. So, man, we're just enjoying it, all right? Today is also the day for my Aggie fans out there and for college football fans around the world. Where Mr. Bobby Taylor, four-star Mr. Bobby Taylor from out of Katy High School, from out of Katy, Texas over there, he will announce his commitment. He may have announced it as soon as I drop this video, but he should be announcing around 3 p.m. on his Instagram page. Of course, he does have a Twitter as well, so I'm pretty sure Twitter will get the news feed before anybody else, all right? But he will be announcing today at 3 p.m., and that is who I'm going to talk about on today. Also, it's not going to be a long episode, all right? So please do not think that. Also, with Bobby Taylor, the new 247 rankings have just been released for the 2022 class. Quinn Ewers did not move anywhere. But who did move, who made a big jump, the biggest jump out of all people, is Conner Weigman. That is the Texas A&M recruit. He is the quarterback, Conner Weigman. He is from Bridgeland, Texas, which Bridgeland is a newly profound little part of Texas now. It is a beautiful, beautiful place. It is just like Katy and stuff like that, man. It is beautiful over there. But he has moved from the number 71 prospect in the 2022 class to the number 39 prospect overall, number one dual threat in the country, period. Wow. Congrats, Conner Weigman. I told you, man, when I seen that guy, I said he's electric. He's not going to be a 4-star for long. But they've removed a couple of 5-stars from a lot of these guys, but I'm pretty sure come later on throughout the year, everybody that was a 5-star should be rated as a 5-star. In my opinion, Conner Weigman, he will be a 5-star going forward. Also, our defensive lineman that had signed with the class, where is he at? Malik Seiler, he's a number 30 player overall. He went from number 17 all the way down to number 30. It's okay. It's not anything wrong with that. Also, Mr. Denver Harris. Of course, he haven't committed yet, but that's the cornerback that I've been vouching for a lot. He moved up, I think, about 4 spots. He's number 20 player overall now. Mr. Harold Perkins, he is the number 18 player overall now. And to my knowledge, they took a star from him too, as well as Denver Harris. They rated him as a 4-star recruit. Like I said, man, all these guys will move back up later on throughout the year, I believe. But as of right now, Mr. Harold Perkins is CB to Texas A&M. It's no doubt in my mind, I believe Denver Harris will come to Texas A&M. So this is in a perfect world. Bobby Taylor commits. Hopefully he commits to Texas A&M, just like I know he will. Okay, Mr. Bobby Taylor, if you're listening, young man, hey, hashtag Giggle Maggots, let's go. In a perfect world, we get Bobby Taylor, we get Denver Harris, we get Harold Perkins, and we also get the newest guy who's a cornerback as well. Let me go to him. He's a corner as well. I'm not sure what his ranking is, but I believe he has a little bit CB'd as well. Also, we have a new one that's been CB'd to Texas A&M. He's from Fort Bend, Marshall. He's the wide receiver out there, Mr. Chris Marshall. He's damn good. He was a 3-star at first, but now he's a 4-star. Also, our offensive tackle that was in our class that wasn't ranked for the 2022 class, he has now been moved up to a 4-star recruit. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So what I want you guys to realize that going forward for the 2022 class overall as well, it will be a lot of 4-star recruits. You remember that when Bama had about like 23 to 24 4-star recruits? We won't have that many. I'm not going to say that, but we will have about at least 18 to 19 4-star recruits in this class, which will make Texas A&M history. We've never had that many 4-star recruits. Like I say, in a perfect world, and realistically, in my opinion, we will have about 3 5-stars in this class. We will have about 3 5-stars and maybe about 18 4-stars. That's in a perfect world, but also, like I say, that is a realistic shot to me. We will have that many recruits. Yes, people, we will have that many damn recruits. That 2022 class will be one of the best classes of all time. Will it top that 2019 class? I don't believe so. That 2019 class was stellar. That's why those guys are working so hard. Those guys won a championship, man, just as well as all the other classes. But those guys want to make history. All right. But before I go to Bobby Taylor, man, I want to get that guy. I want to get that guy's name. Let me go to him. He is an actual cornerback. Also, I'm not sure if you guys know or not, but Kojo Antwi, I think it's Antwi. I think that's the name. He's a wide receiver from out of Georgia. He is intrigued by A&M. He likes A&M, and I believe that he will commit to A&M. All right, just to let you guys know. For the offensive tackle, like I say, who's been ranked now, it's Hunter Erb from out of Houston, Texas, people. From out of Haslett, Texas. He is now a 4-star recruit, nationally 355 overall. Where's that cornerback? I believe he added us. Where is he at, man? Let me see my latest crystal ball. I don't see him in here, but I'll get him. But anywho, guys, back to Mr. Bobby Taylor. So Mr. Bobby Taylor will be announcing his commitment on today. Like I say, probably by the time I drop this video, Bobby will have already announced and things like that. Let me go to him though. Let me go to Bobby Taylor's profile, because this is a guy that I've been following for a long time, man. I have been following the heck out of him. Don't know why, but when I saw him the first time, I was like, damn, man, Bobby pretty good. But he's been cornered to Texas A&M for a very, very long time now. It is like 100%. So with Mr. Bobby Taylor, his comparison that they have for him, let me go to it. They don't have a comparison for Bobby Taylor. Well, I'm comparing. Bobby Taylor kind of reminds me of the Honey Badger for LSU. Remember when that guy was out there? He kind of reminds me of that. He's a guy that can play in that backfield a lot. He can either play safety or he can play cornerback. It could be one of the two. Bobby Taylor is real good, man. Now I would love to see him gravitate to the college landscape. So far as like sitting back, learning the technique, learning a little bit more of it and stuff like that. But coming from out that Katy High School over there, those guys when they come from out of Katy, man, they are really good. Only because Katy High School in general, they produce a lot of top Texas top Texas recruits. Also, for this class period overall, Texas by far has made history with one of the most loaded the most loaded high school football classes in history. It is completely loaded in the state of Texas for this year. So not only us will be trying to get them. I'm talking about Texas A&M in University of Texas now. But also, guys like TCU. TCU should be in there really, really hard this year. TCU should have more 4-star recruits than anything, probably in the entire history right now, because it is enough in the state of Texas alone to go around to each and every Texas college football program this year. That is how deep we are with the recruits in this state this year. But Mr. Bobby Taylor, man, like I say, man, I've been following that guy for a very long time. I'm really, really intrigued to see where he's going to go. He's a highly regarded 4-star recruit. He is a top 247 4-star recruit as well. So let's go ahead and get that straight and stuff like that, man. He's a highly, highly regarded 4-star recruit. Michigan was after him. Alabama was after him, of course. I believe that was in his top 2 was, let me go to it. In his top 2 overall was Texas A&M, Michigan, and Texas. Now, keep in mind, man, on our roster, it says we have about 14 cornerbacks. What I just told you, we had about 18 wide receivers on the last video. So, also, man, but you guys have to keep in mind that what Mike Elko...
I couldn't hear what you said.
So you guys have to keep in mind, man, what Mike Elko is doing going forward is getting these guys in the right spots. Also, what Jimbo Fisher is doing, which was very, very smart, man. A lot of people don't give Jimbo Fisher his credit. Jimbo Fisher took it one step at a time. Jimbo Fisher let Elijah Robinson and I can't think of the other guy named defensive line coach, but he let Elijah Robinson, and Terry Price. He let those two guys specifically fix their defensive line. And until this day, they're getting highly regarded defensive line prospects all over the country, not only in Texas, but in New Jersey. They're snatching them. They're taking them away from Notre Dame and Penn State, all right, and Ohio State and things like that. They're going in there and beating these guys out. What he let Elijah Robinson do was fix that part of the defense so they can know overall that, hey, well, we can get to the cornerback. If we can get to the quarterback, then we'll be okay for right now. All right. So now Jimbo Fisher has seen that he's fixed the defensive line. So what Jimbo Fisher has put together now is a formula to say, all right, now for my cornerbacks coach, for my linebackers coaches. First of all, he's letting Mike Elko fix one thing at a time. Now Mike Elko has told his staff, which is the linebackers coach and the cornerbacks and the defensive backs coach, it's your turn. Get the guys that you need in here to get it fixed. Okay? We're going to take our time with it. We're not in a rush. So now he's letting Mike Elko and his cornerback coaches go and get guys. What guys is doing? They're buying in. These cornerbacks are buying in. That's why you see guys like Bobby Taylor highly regarded and putting A&M in the top spot. That's why you see a lot of cornerbacks around the country that's 4 stars, highly regarded, putting Texas A&M in their top 10, top 5. He mustered the game plan to say, hey, we're going to take this thing one thing at a time, regardless to what anybody says. You got the defensive line fixed. Now it's time to get the backfield fixed. Wow. That's called a recruiting formula, and that's called building a culture in the right way. All right? Now I'm going to end it at that. We're going to go ahead and get on up out of here. I told you this is going to be a quick video. I'm not going to keep you guys long. All right? So, guys, please be on the lookout for Bobby Taylor's commitment. Like I say, it is 2:03 p.m. right now, so be looking for it in about 57 minutes. With these recruits today, hell, it might be in the next 5 minutes. Who knows, man? They love to surprise some people. But please be looking out. 4-star cornerback Bobby Taylor from out of Katy, Texas. to commit on via Instagram Live. Okay. Please, guys, hit that subscribe button if you don't mind, man. Let's get these views up there. Let's go global with this Texas A&M, man. I told you, man, this is a very, very special Texas A&M program right now. Let's make it go global, and let's continue to do our thing. All right, I love all of you guys, and I will be back with you guys on tomorrow to discuss where Bobby Taylor ended up at. All right, once again, it's the Homemade Podcast Sports with your host Jay Pops. Hashtag Giga Maggis. Bobby Taylor, if you're listening. And thank you guys for tuning in to the hashtag Homemade Podcast Sports. Please, guys, subscribe to the YouTube page and also follow me on Twitter at JPops, on Instagram at JPops, and also on Facebook at hashtag Homemade Podcast Sports. Thank you guys once again. Hashtag Giga Maggis.